Hi guys, welcome to another episode of CakeCrusadersblog.com. Today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a digital invitation, and the theme is a Mickey Mouse theme. I had a few people asking me about how do I do my invitation, so I thought I would do a tutorial for you. So as you can see, the invitation on my screen, that's what you guys are going to learn. It's very easy, it's very quick, and it's inexpensive too, so which is great. Because I know how expensive birthday parties can be, so at least this can be a little bit of a less burden for you when it comes to your budget. So let's get started. So the software that I use is what's called PicMonkey, and it's www.picmonkey.com. You can find the link in the description box below. And this is the software that I use. It is a free online software. However, you can actually upgrade, and I think it's about $7 a month or $33 a year, and you can get extra bonuses. I'll show you what those are in a minute. So what you need to do is you need to first of all go onto my blog, where the link is obviously on the description box below, and you need to download all the different clip arts and the font. So these are what you're going to be getting. So you'll be getting the clip art, the balloon, toodles, everything else. So there are two ways that you can either do this, where I'm going to give you the option to use this, and then you just use whichever color you want. But I'm also going to give you this option where you don't actually have to worry about the color or adding this extra on. You're just going to pop in your details over on top of it, so it makes one step a little bit easier. So you have those two options, but I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So what you need to do is you need to log on to your PicMonkey, and you need to go to where it says design, and you can either have a design option of 4.6, 5.7 or 8.10. I tend to go for the 5.7. So if you're going to be printing it out, 5.7 I find is pretty good. So first of all, we need to change the layout from a landscape. So we need to rotate it this way, and you hit apply. That's your one step. The next thing you're going to do is you're actually going to download your images. So once you've already downloaded your images onto your computer, you now need to download the images onto the PicMonkey software. So you go to over here which says overlays. It's the butterfly button, and you click onto that, and then you click your own. Once you've clicked onto that, you then go to the location where your images are being stored, and there it is there. So all you need to do now is to see the little circles on either side of the image. You're now going to take it and you're going to drag it to the end, and the same goes on the side there. So once you're happy with where it is, the size of it, you then click off it, and there is your beginning piece. So what we need, I just need to make that so I know what I'm doing. Okay, so next you're going to put in all your details. One thing I must tell you is that, which I find quite frustrating, is when you add your text to it, you got to make sure that you actually click onto it. I'll give you an example. So there is your text box there. So if you just put in, I'll just say Ellie, alright, and you click off it, but you want to go back onto it, but for some reason sometimes it won't let you go onto it. So you've really got to figure out where it is to click onto it, and there it is there. So I'll just delete that. So what I normally do is, once I've got the image there, I then take it and I drag it off. So actually, now we're going to drag it back on. And so pretty much over where it says share, that's where the line is. Okay, so we drag it off, and now we start that way. At least you're working on a a plain canvas, and you can just add in all the details, and you can click onto it a lot more easier. It'll make more sense once you actually do it, but you can obviously use the image on top if you wanted to. So let's get started. So we need join us as we celebrate. And I'm going to use, you can use any text you want. So join us as we celebrate. Now I need to make this in the center, so you just click on the center button, and we're going to drag that there, and we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So once again, you just drag it and there it is there. Okay, next is, it probably needs to be a little bit more bigger. And there we go, as we celebrate. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is add the font, which is called mini font, and we're going to do the name of the birthday person. So in your section that you download, you're going to get this little folder, and it's the mini folder. If you double click onto it and you double click onto it again, it takes you to this font, and all you need to do is just go install. Once you've installed it, you just, some computers you have to switch your computer on and restart your computer. Some will just automatically show up. So it's up to which computer you have, but you will have this font downloaded on your computer. So what you need to do is you go to the text option again, and you go to yours. Yours is where you'll find, so you would have been over here, and then you just click onto yours. So once you've clicked onto yours, you would just need to scroll down until you actually find it, or you can just click onto search and just search mini, and there it is there. So you hit add, and we're going to put in the name. I would like to make it a different color. So every time you put something on, this little box will come up, and it gives you obviously all things that you're probably familiar with: colors, bold, italics, to the left, to the right, middle, font size, etc. So we're going to make this a red, and I want to click back onto it, and you're going to drag this over here just so you got it smaller, and then you're going to make it larger like so, and there it is there. Ellie's. So once you've done that, we're now going to go back to ours, and once you have hit a font, it's going to bring it back to the top. So all your recent fonts you've used are going to be in the top. So we're going to click add. Okay, so click onto that, and we're going to put second birthday. And let's make it a lot bigger, and we're going to drag it to where it needs to go. Once again, you can take your image and you can see how that's looking, which I think it's looking pretty good. Alright, so I'll just drag that to the side. Okay, so now we need to put in the other details. So now this font over here is called Chelsea Mark. So we click onto that and we hit add. And then you put in whatever it is that you need. So Saturday, May the 15th. Okay. Now the reason why it goes like that is because the box is so much smaller. So all you need to do is to click off it, and then you'll see there's a double line there, and you just click onto that and you drag it across, and it will make the box bigger. Okay. So now what you can do is you can keep typing. So just hit enter, keep typing. What else do we need to put? So every time click onto, so PM to 4 PM. What else is there? Oh, and the address. Okay, 14 Melbourne Road, Melbourne, Victoria. I'm just putting whatever. Okay, now clearly you want this all to be centered, so you just highlight it, you center it, and let's drag it down to where we want it. Now I don't want it to be that big, so let's just make it slightly smaller. And there it is there. Okay. Now we want to RSVP, so we go back over here, and I'm just going to click play fair. You can kind of just play with whatever font you want. It's up to you. So I'm just going to drag this here, and it is RSVP. You can put the date or the address or whatever. Okay. And pop that over there. Once again, you can drag this across and see how it's looking. So if I click onto that and I double click, it'll let me, I can highlight it. I don't like the font, so I'm just going to change the font to something else. It's too Arial. No, don't like that either. I'll just keep it as that. Okay. And there is RSVP. It's kind of needs to be spread out a lot more. See, that's the nice thing about, if you had this over here, it'll be hard to click. You see how you can't really click onto, because it clicks onto the main image. So by keeping that to the side, you can at least click onto each image a lot more easier. It'll make more sense once you do it, but yeah. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is to download your Toodles. So we once again go to your overlays, which is the butterfly. Click onto overlays, go to where your details are, and we're going to go Toodles, and there it is. And we've got to make it way smaller. So we can actually bring this further down. Okay, and then we need the little hands. So once again, we download the hands, and there it is there. So what you need to do is, once you're happy with the size of the image, which will be, so let's just bring this over here and see. Okay. So my image can be a little bit smaller. Alright, and drag it. Okay, so we can still move this further out that way. And that can move further out that way. So what we want to do is we click onto the hand, right click, and hit duplicate overlay, and there it is there. Now we clearly want it to be facing the other way, so then you just hit the arrow button and it will change the direction. And there it is. So we just need to make Toodles maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, and there we go. There is. And now we can drag our image over it. And there it is there. Okay, so now we're going to be adding the balloons. So all you need to do is, once again, download your balloons. And there they are there. And we're going to make your balloons a lot smaller. And on the top of your images, you have a little circle. That pretty much helps you to rotate your image any way you want. So we want it to be there, but I don't want it to hide that. So let's bring it just further down slightly. Now the other thing I want to do is add an extra balloon behind there, because it just makes it look a lot better. So we need to go to where the apple is, which is themes, and you're going to scroll all the way down to celebrate, and then you're going to scroll down to where it says balloons, and we're going to add just one balloon, and there it is there. So I'm going to make the balloon slightly bigger, highlight it, and I want to make it black. I'm also just going to rotate it slightly so it kind of fits in there, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to send backwards, and there it is there. The next thing I'm going to do is go back to your overlays, download the number 2 balloon, which is there. Bring that down. Now you don't have to do this, it's just an extra thing. If you do have other, I can probably supply you with 1, 3 and 4. I don't know if I have any other numbers. And we're going to put that in the front like so, but we need to make it obviously a lot smaller so it kind of just fits in perfectly like that there. Let me see if I've missed anything else. I don't think I have. And that is pretty much it. This took obviously a little bit longer because I was going step by step, but once you get familiarize yourself with all the different options and that, it is pretty easy. So which is good. Now the other thing I forgot to mention to you too is that if you just downloaded just this image by itself, you obviously would enlarge it so it's the same size, and then on this side here, all you need to do is to go to overlays and hit geometric, and then you click on the rectangle button, and you just make it big to the size that you want it. So pretty much however big you want it, like that. And then I would send it to the back, because obviously you want this. Oh, where's my thing gone? Because obviously you want this image to be in front, and then all you do is you just right click. I would click onto the dropper and then kind of click whichever color you want. So what's nice about the dropper is you can kind of incorporate the clip art to the color, so you don't actually even have to have the yellow that I've got. You can have blue, you can have any color you want to. So that was an extra option for you if you wanted to. So we'll just delete that. Let me just delete that. Okay, so once you have done your image or your digital invitation, we now want to save it, of course. The thing with PicMonkey is that you can't save it and then go out and then come back in and then go, oh, I decided I want to change this font or whatever. You can't do that with PicMonkey. So once you've saved it, you want to make sure you're 100% happy with it. Otherwise, rather keep it open and then change whatever you want to change. Because once you've saved it and closed it, you can't go back and change it just by itself. You need to start pretty much from the beginning. So all you need to do then is just hit save, and you type in whatever your file name is going to be. So this will just be, for me, Mickey Mouse Digital. And PS is quite a good file quality or file size. And then you just hit save, and you save it to your computer, and you hit save. And that is pretty much it. And then you can then take your image and send it digitally via email, or you can put it onto a hard drive and take it to your local printer shop and print them out. But that's how easy it is. Very quick and simple. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Send me a message if there's something else that you want to see or learn. Otherwise, I hope you like it. Give me a thumbs up, share, subscribe. Thanks guys. Take care.